as I took a drink. As I said with Mindbender, Mindbender is like one of those characters that I find fascinating because of the fact that there's a lot of stuff I think that is really stupid about Mindbender. Like when I first kind of like I knew of the character, I knew he looked really silly, and then when I saw like the original GI Joe comics, the Larry Hama ones, when I read them probably about a decade ago or so now, I guess, was when I originally read those comics. Yeah, Mindbender was kind of an idiot. I always did think that, yeah, Mindbender is. I mean, he's a shirtless idiot who is really bad at stuff, but his design is just. Like, his design is just straight up goofy. It is a very goofy design. And yeah, let's just take a look at this box art here. Let me move Pecora a little bit out of the way. Let me keep Point Blank off to the side just to keep him in here so that he's not forgotten. Yeah, let's take a look at the Mindbender box here. Adjust the camera. Yeah, so we got the box here for Dr. Mindbender. Can I shift this down a little bit, actually? Yeah. I'm just doing some quick camera alignment and stuff here. Okay, so yeah, so Dr. Mindbender. Dr. Mindbender, as I said, there is some method to the madness here with regards to what I think about this guy. Mindbender is one of those weird characters because he is a really stupid design. Like, he has an over-the-top ridiculous design, like the handlebar mustache, the monocle, the fact that he's shirtless and wears a cape. But all of that stuff endears him to me, especially when you actually look at his extended bio, because as a character for extended bio for Dr. Mindbender, Mindbender is, contrary to what one would think, Mindbender is not actually like a. He's not a. He's a scientist in that he explores the boundaries of science, but he does not have his degree in. Well, he doesn't really have a medical degree. He doesn't have like a PhD. He doesn't have a medical degree. No, the doctor in his name comes because he is a dentist. Yeah, Mindbender's entire thing as a character is that he's a freaking dentist who basically ended up becoming Cobra's chief scientist because he was trying to invent a machine to numb to. He was originally a guy who was just innocently trying to invent a machine that would numb the pain of dental work for his patients, and because he's not a real scientist, he was stupid enough to test his machine on himself. As you would expect, it didn't actually work properly, and instead drove him insane. And so we then end up with a guy who likes to go around shirtless. Anyway, yeah, so that's Mindbender's story there. So let's take a look at the packaging again. Classified Series has said fantastic packaging. Mindbender is no exception. Number 43. Let's look at that back art. Like, oh my god, that back art. We have a whole bunch of stuff on here. We have just Mindbender in the main thing. We have Mindbender with a whole ton of clones here. He is, let me just fold that in properly. Yeah, Mindbender here with a whole bunch of corpses of dead historical figures here, setting up like his masterpiece creation of Serpentor. Because again, for some reason they trusted the dentist with cloning a new supreme leader of Cobra. So we have Mindbender there. We have this stuff here of him and Destro underwater. I'm not as familiar with the cartoon, so I don't know all these references. We have Mindbender here in the brainwave scanner, it looks like. And yeah, I'm seeing a whole bunch of like sciencey stuff in there. I think this is where he's going insane, but it looks like it's some sort of a it looks like it's some sort of a cellular chain there. But yeah, it's clearly Mindbender in the scanner. And then and we have stuff here with cyborg mummies, him fighting with Destro Baroness, and a Mindbender there. Like a lot of cartoon references here, more so. But yeah, it is a really nice packaging. So this piece slides off here. Packaging is still present there. Let's put this off to the side. This will probably eventually get like garbaged as well as far as packaging, but let's take a look at this box design because we have a Cobra double helix. Again, this is really cool here. Cobra double helix, and opens up, and we have here We have some actual plastic on this, which you don't see as super common in Hasbro releases these days. But yeah, Mindbender is just there in the box. Like, there's no clamshell over top of him. He's got a whole ton of accessories in here. Let's take a look. Yeah, we got a mummy head. We got a brain, and it looks like a bunch of like little cylinders that plug into the brain there. We got a severed hand, probably for cloning. We got some jars here for putting things in. Again, probably for cloning. I think that the some of the stuff. I think the brain's supposed to go in the jar, and probably the hand is supposed to go in one of the jars. We got a pistol there. What else we got here? We got looks like a flamethrower of some kind. I don't know my weapons, but looks like some kind of flamethrower. And then we got another gun of some sort here, maybe a DNA gun or something like that. And over on this side too, yeah, we got more accessories here. Yeah, I don't know what all the weapons are here, but anyway, yeah, I just love how like Mindbender is just the most ridiculous over-the-top design. And let's get this thing open. As soon as I find the best way to open it. I guess I used the tape on the top. Just open this up here. Yeah, this guy was gotten off of Hasbro Pulse. They had him on the website for SDCC. I ordered him off of Pulse, and oh yeah, this opens like this. Yeah, so I ordered a Mindbender off Hasbro Pulse during SDCC, and he just arrived. I don't know if his orders are still open, but I know GameStop Canada also has orders on Mindbender, and you'll probably be able to get them for about the same price, if not a little cheaper, depending on what edge cards you have. Yeah, let's put this box off to the side here. Yeah, we don't see that much plastic. Oh, nice. All these accessories are on the same shell here. That makes this easy. Yeah, we don't see like a lot of plastic on newer Hasbro releases. They have been phasing all that stuff out, although the action figures were seemingly the last stuff to do so. No twist ties holding him in, from what I can tell, so I just need to pop him out of his clamshell. Also in my pile, I do have Serpentor in the pile. I was very deliberate in opening Mindbender first, even though I actually got him after Serpentor, because, well, Mindbender's Serpentor's creator, so it feels... Well, I should be opening this guy first, obviously. And that Serpentor looks gorgeous, I gotta say. I don't know if any of the noise is coming through on this camera. I don't think it is, but... Alright, so I'll put this over here for now. I'll put this off to the side. Yeah, I'll take a closer look at the accessories in a sec. But let's put this down here and take a look at Mindbender. Let's stand him up. Standard articulation is pretty standard for a classified series release. We have we have ball jointed shoulders. There is a swivel yeah, it's got a butterfly joint on it, like a lot of the newer stuff. Is that where from? I'm just trying to tell. There's some markings there. I don't know if that's intentional or not, or if that's like paint. I think that might be the cape, like paint from from the straps here wearing onto the. Yeah, that's paint from the straps, shoulder straps wearing onto the arms there. But it's not gonna be that visible with the cape. Let's see. We've got the pinless joints. Yeah, Mindbender has the pinless joints that all the newer Hasbro stuff has. I'm just gonna adjust the. I'm gonna adjust the color. Oh no, the color looks good on on the actual stream. Okay, good. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, so pinless joints. He's got the ab crunch there, ball jointed head and neck articulation. Let's see. Yeah, pinless joints. It's a double elbow hinge here. It's just a little tight out of the box, as happens with some of this stuff. But yeah, I think the biggest issue so far I'm noticing on this is, yeah, that bends. And then I need to bend these. Yeah, so it does bend. It's just stiff to start. But that's fairly standard with a lot of this stuff. But yeah, he does have that full-on bend there, like greater than 90 degrees bend because of that. And again, pinless joints, this looks fantastic because of that. Yeah, wrist articulation, he has, which way do his wrists tilt? Wrists have, he's got one hand that that has the wrist that goes in and out, and the other one has it going up and down. It doesn't look like he comes with any alternate hands. I know Serpentor has alternate hands. We got the gun holster here. It's attached to the belt. But yeah, he's got full hip range of motion. Hasbro's pretty good with their hip range. Do we have a waist joint? Yes, we do have a waist joint. Nice. Actually, it's a ball jointed waist. Nice. That is really good. Yeah, ball jointed waist there. We got the pinless. Yeah, again, we got the pinless joints here. Full range here. Yeah, that is some good range on those knees. I need to figure out audio stuff on this here because I don't think the audio is coming through on the camera. But yeah, just hear that. It sounds delectable. It sounds fantastic, and I'm gonna have to get, yeah. And of course, with the boots, we have the full-on ball jointed. Yeah, we got the full range of motion for the ankles that you expect on this stuff. All right, and we got the cape here. Cape is not like a cloth, is a bit of a thicker cloth, which is nice. It hangs very well on Mindbender. Yeah, it full on comes off. I should be able to get this off easy, but yeah, it's got the collar. It looks really, it hangs very well on Mindbender, as you can see. Like, I really like how it hangs with just the open coat type look there. Yeah, and it's got the pop collar and stuff. Let's take a closer look at Mindbender for the head sculpt. Let me just move this here. Yeah, no, that is a really nice head sculpt there. He's got the handlebar. Paint on the sides is a little bit iffy, as you can see there. Like, it's not paint, it's sculpted on, and you can see like the edges there. It's not really painted fully there when you look at it at the sides, even though it's all sculpted. That's just going to be a quirk of how they painted this guy, I guess. Yeah, like it looks fine, but it looks fine like unless you take it super close up, like I am doing right now. Monocle's attached to his head. It looks like it's probably glued on, but like it looks very good. I mean, let's take another look at that face. See if I can get this to focus. Yeah, that face sculpt is just primo. Very nice face sculpt. Like, it's got the proper demented arrogance to Mindbender. And yeah, and it's just using the standard Hasbro face printing. Like, yeah, he's got just the lines on the top of his forehead. He's scowling a little bit. It's just, he is confident that what he is doing is right, even though it is the dumbest thing in the world. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess that the straps here are a little bit of a limiter in terms of his articulation, because you're not going to be able to bend that much with the belt because of just the straps being here. But yeah, you can really see here that there's been paint rubbing there off the bottom of the straps onto the onto the arms, just because of how it was packaged in the box. Not a lot you can really do about that, but it's nothing you're going to notice with the coat on. Yeah, so we got the holster there. Again, like let's see if I can get the coat off actually. It's a really nice coat. Ah, yeah, he's got the stand port there, like the 5mm port for plugging him into your standard stands, although it's kind of useless with the coat. Oh, interesting. He's got, maybe this is actually from the, yeah, this might actually be from the cape and not that, like I thought, because he has a lot of, yeah, this is what, yeah, I think it's from the soft goods, because he's got a lot of excess just rubbing from, yeah, this might just come off with some rubbing alcohol or something. It probably would, in fact. But yeah, like it looks like it's from the cape actually that's done a little bit of rubbing there, just in the long run. I'll know once I get the cape off and take a look at his back as well. But let's actually, you know what? I'm not going to take the full cape off, I think, but let's take a look at the back and see. Yeah, the back looks fine, but then there's also a gap between his cape and the back, and I think the neck and And yeah, and the neck and shoulders are made from different plastic too, so it's entirely possible that those are more prone to rubbing. But that is something worth knowing with Mindbender. And my frame rate is getting really choppy all of a sudden. Let me check the battery on this thing. No, battery's still good on this phone. Okay. I just need to re-unlock it. There we go. Yeah, so I can see this. But yeah, yeah, there's a little bit of paint rubbing there, but Mindbender looks really good. Let's get some of the accessories there out. I'm not going to take all of them out, I think, but yeah, because he's got all these weapon accessories. He's got this little canister here. There's the brain in the jar. I think I can do the brain in the jar because it's a brain. He's got the severed hand and he's got the brain in the jar, and it feels like those kind of need to be accessorized. Let me just move Mindbender back a little bit there. Yeah, again, like I really like the way the cape is. The cape looks really good on Mindbender. But yeah, I need to open up some of the tape on these other guys here now and get out his pistol and stuff. I guess I don't need to open the one side. I can just open the side that has like his holstered pistol. But yeah, the way that they do that in the packaging is it's just like two smaller trays that are in the packaging that you just open up on the windows. But yeah. Yeah, the severed hand. Yeah, as I thought, the jars open up so you can put all that stuff in there. His pistol there. I'm just gonna holster his pistol. Goes into the holster nicely. And let's start putting accessories in the, let's bend that down. Bring the jars in. Yeah, the jars, the lids fully come off the jars, so they are clearly meant to peg the hand and the brain into. As soon as I pop those out. Yeah, so we got the hand here. Yeah, proper like undead hand. That just pegs in like so, and then you just put the jar over top. And now he's got a hand in the jar. Like it's proper evil mad scientist stuff. And then the brain, same thing as the brain there. That's going to open up. And then I'm going to, the brain is held in with tape. And I think those are like electrodes or something that plug into the brain. They're coming off with the tape. I'll just put these off to the side here. And you can see like these are all like tiny little electrodes. It's a very sci-fi-ish thing to have those. And do these plug into the brain at all? I don't know where these are. Oh, maybe these are like syringes. They might be syringes. Oh, no, no, no. They plug into the sides of the, plug into the brain jar, but just on the sides. And the brain just plugs into the jar like so. Yeah, so I got the brain in the jar. And then these all plug into the sides. A little bit of a DIY thing to this. I mean, yeah, like what do you expect? He's a dentist. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's just sticking brains in jars and sticking things into the brains just to see what happens. Although, granted, having said that, this is basically like this whole brain in the jar thing is kind of like what my ideal final form would be as a person. Like a brain that is still alive in a jar, maybe with some tentacles. I don't know. Tentacles are always cool. Just if you are a brain in the jar and want to see. Okay, you can rotate the brain a little bit. I'm just going to put it in like this, put the lid on the jar, And boom, we have a brain in the jar. It looks, I mean, yeah, it's a brain in the jar. It looks cool. How can a brain in the jar not look cool? And I don't have this on properly. I don't have the dome on all the way. Now it's on all the way. But yeah, brain in the jar. It inevitably looks cool. It's a brain in the jar, and then you got like a hand in the jar over here. Again, like this is really rad stuff. I hope that the VTube avatar has been working well for this. That said, like it's an experimental layout as I mentioned. Yeah. Okay, so yes, we got Mindbender here, and let's give him his hand in the jar. Let's have him grasping around like that, and then we got his brain in the jar, which I don't know how to have him what to do. I mean, he's got like trigger finger type things, but like this feels like something you would put on a desk next to Mindbender if you were doing a display. But yeah, like Mindbender holding his hand in the jar, and I'm just looking at the other accessories and seeing what else is supposed to be here. Uh, hmm. Yeah, because he's got these other guns as well. You know what? I'm just gonna go and do some quick reading. It's entirely probable that these are weapons that are from the original cartoon. I just need to go double check. So I will be right back. I'm going to go read up on that right now. Let's see. Mm, I'm just looking this up right now, seeing what it says for what the accessories are supposed to be. Okay, so the hose, it looks like he had a generator and a hose like on the original toy, and that's probably what this is referencing. Yeah, the original toy had like a generator and a hose that, and oh, and then it hooked into an electric prod. Okay, okay, that makes sense. That makes some sense. So this accessory here, I guess, is just the one in the main box is just like the modern version of his original toy accessory. Like he had the gun and he had this. Yeah, he had the gun and he had this hose. Let's pull up the hose. All right, so yeah, we got like an electric prod, a hose that plugs into the prod, and then I guess that this piece here is the generator. A lot smaller because like technology has evolved, I guess. But yeah, I guess this is probably meant to be the generator for the hose because it plugs in to the top of the hose like so. And I don't know how he's supposed to hold this. There's no like. I'm gonna go look up some photos. I'm not really sure how that's supposed to go. If it's supposed to just stay on the ground or if there is. I'm just looking up some of the official Hasbro photography here because that'll give me an idea. Ah, okay, I see, I see. Yeah, and he's got the two accessories, I guess, that plug into the hose, technically. Because he's also got that flamethrower thing, too. But yeah, it looks like the generator can just plug into his belt. So yeah, he has a peg on the side of his belt, it looks like. Yeah, there it is right there. He's got a little peg right here for this generator to plug in at his side. And I think it's going to make more sense to have it around this way. Move the cape over top of it. And then he is going to have a hose come out to operate this thing. It's a little bit awkward in terms of how it's posed there. Yeah, it looks a little bit awkward. I think the other accessory might actually work better on this thing. I'm just unless it's meant to be underslung actually. Let's see. Because if it's underslung, yeah, it might be meant to be underslung as an accessory because that actually works a heck of a lot better. I'm just checking the official photography on these things. Oh no, 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 no! It's still meant to be overslung, but oh, okay. I'm just looking at some of the official photography. It varies what weapon it's plugged into, the hose. But hmm, yeah, it's. I think it's just a matter of it's just gonna look awkward because of just the posing. But if I put it in his other hand, though, make him a southpaw, put it in this hand, it might actually look a little bit more natural. Uh, though, should I undersling it like this? Probably. Uh, let's see, where's the tilts? Although this one probably offers better posing from a, yeah, I guess I'm gonna stick with this hand for it because just the way that the wrist joints are done on these things, one is going to allow for much more interesting posing. But yeah, it's gonna have to, cable's gonna come up over here. Because yeah, then I can do the whole like wrists splaying out like this. And just with Mindbender doing a whole like, did you really think that you could destroy the greatest scientific genius of all time type speech? See, the power supply is going to be plugged in like that. Unless it's meant to be plugged in. No, 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 it has to be plugged in like this. Because it doesn't make any sense to plug in the other way. Although, it might make sense to do it like this. I don't know. No, it's probably best done the other way. I mean, Mindbender's like a bit of a tool as a person, but yeah, I think that's probably the best way to do it. Then you just put the cape there, pose it a bit. He's got his really stupid, like, yeah, his straps there and everything. Yeah, like, it's definitely rubbing from the cape that's on his ears and stuff, which is unfortunate, but yeah, it's definitely unfortunate. But yeah, he looks really cool. I don't know if I'll actually use the hose accessory. It's a cool one, but it's a little bit limiting as far as accessories go. A little bit limiting. But I mean, yeah, like there you have Dr. Mindbender, Cobra Genius Extraordinaire, the world's greatest dentist. Minus Steve Martin, I guess. But yeah, let's put him in here with Pecora and with yeah, yeah, with Pecora and Point Blank there, just for like a size comparison. And I don't know if I'm gonna pull out the rest of the accessories. Actually, I'm just taking a look at the box here again, seeing what they are. Because he's got the pistol there, and he's got the flamethrower. I don't know if I'll bother to pull those out for now. I might eventually, because I will probably eventually toss this box. But actually, I'm gonna pop the skull out. He's got like a. It's probably meant to be like from the like I don't know, maybe it's Genghis Khan's skull or something. And oh hey, the top of the skull comes off too. That's oh, I think the brain plugs into the skull. Oh, this is cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's totally what's meant to happen here. It's totally meant to be a skull, and then you can plug the brain into the skull. Even though that makes no real sense the way that like anatomy works, that sort of thing, but it's cool. Let's see if I can plug the head back, the top of the skull back on. I guess that goes back on like so. Yeah, because I just wanna. Yeah, because it's definitely got that hole there, so you're meant to alternatively put the brain in there, just to show that hey, Mindbender is like pulling skulls out of the ground and like I don't know, like putting brains in skeletons. I don't know, but I assume it's probably meant to be like an Egyptian pharaoh or Genghis Khan or something like that as far as skulls go. The top of the skull doesn't actually stay on very well though. Kind of a bit of a shame. This might end up going in the back in the box because of it. I was gonna just do a cool look at him posing with a skull picture, but yeah, no, that's yeah, a bit of a disappointment. It's just the cape again, just because of the cable. Mm, yeah, cable's interfering a little bit with the cape. And again, that's a little bit of a reason why I would maybe not pose him with the gun there, because it does interfere a little bit. But yeah, yeah, there's Mindbender. There's the other two guys that I opened up tonight.